you can reboot your system in about 21 days. If you do 3-day fast and then do one meal within an 8-hour window, and then go back and do 3-day fast, and then do one meal in 21 days, your system will realign. But you can't do things like put poison in while you fasting. Like you fasting, you have to eat like raw fruit and vegetables to keep the alignment going. And then when you get off, when you're trying to break your fast, you shouldn't break your fast with like Monsanto wheat or Monsanto's grain or Monsanto starch or processed sugar, because that throws your alignment right back off again. So you want to do things like stay away from grain, stay away from starch, stay away from sugar, stay away from dairy, stay away from soy, those kind of things. Now the reason why I say even with your cows, people will be eating cows and they might not be eating it according to Deuteronomy and Leviticus, but even if they were using Deuteronomy and Leviticus, they may not know that Monsanto or big America corporate farms probably fed their cows that they're getting ready to eat grain, which means now the cow has poison in it from the grain, and then you're eating secondary grain. That doesn't help you any. Peace, Lord. You know, you're still getting damaged. Like you'll see Asiatic people, they'll look like they're overweight, but they don't eat to be overweight. But the grain is creating inflammation in their body, because Monsanto makes wheat. A wheat kernel for Monsanto is about as big as your thumb. A natural wheat kernel from a natural plant, especially the one from ancient Kemet, is about that big. So it's about the size of your pinky. So we won't know. We'll be eating wheat germ and things like that, and we'll be thinking we eating right and exact, but it came from Monsanto. The devil is banging us from different angles. You know, he's banging us with his grain, and he's giving it to us secondary by giving it to the chickens and the cow. Which a cow is really a grass eater. So if you feed him grain, he gets high blood pressure and don't know it. He gets diabetes and he passes it on to us. We got epidemic in diabetes and high blood pressure right now, and we'll be 5% eating according to our dietary law. But we don't know. They done poisoned the animal before we got it, and we going and buying it from the grocery store, not really catching that. You know, so those are little things that you know that we like. If you look at Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live, they weren't doing that to the animals when Elijah wrote that book. So that's why in the 5% we modify things. We adjust. What did he say? If you don't, you'll die.
If you don't change,
if you don't deal with growth and development and change, as things change, you'll get damaged too. You know, we have to adjust our sights and the way we see 120 based on our environment and what's happening. You know, like when Elijah had 120, it was the world was one way. When the Father had 120 in the 60s, the 9 born in that world is not like this world now. Right? We didn't have internet. 1998, internet came in the homes. We didn't have it like, we had intranet in college, right? We was in college, they had intranet and the big giant cold room. Now it's not like that. It's a whole nother world. Like, look at our phones. Our phone, dude, phone never did this. What's just doing that? So we have to adjust to that. But at the same time, you got big corporate America is trying to use the Georgia Guidestones for real, where it said they want to bring us from 7 billion down to 500 million. Do you really believe that the Europeans are trying to bring themselves down to 500 million, or are they trying to bring the black and brown down to 500 million? Because 7 billion is too many for them to really just go out and kill, so they make us kill ourselves. It's a trip how they doing that shit. Like I've been watching Monsanto and I've been watching Alec. Monsanto, Alec, kind of work together. ALEC is big corporate America when they all meet together, and Monsanto is big corporate farming, and they meet together. And then they're under the guise of I'm going to feed the world, and that's why they use a wheat, and they call themselves feeding the world. But at the same time, the grain that they're using, whether you take that grain and put it in organic soil or you put it in regular soil, as soon as it gets in your body, it creates inflammation. You don't feel the inflammation when you're your age, young. When you start getting like my age, and you're wondering why, when you wake up early in the morning, you can't do like this. Because that shit done put inflammation in your body. Yes, you can work the inflammation out after, but after a while, you get high blood pressure, you get diabetes, or you get arthritis, or you got joint problems, or you got other things like it might not attack your circulatory system, like it might attack my circulatory system and only attack his nervous system. And it might only attack your mental capacity. It might fuck with your Alzheimer's and shit, yes. And then it might fuck with your kidneys. It just depends on your genetic makeup, how it attacks you. And then nobody really knows it. Nobody really knows that they're doing that to the wheat. Like, wheat been around since Kemet, and when it only had 14 chromosomes. Do you know Monsanto wheat got over 32 chromosomes? There's a plant with 32 to 48 chromosomes. It can't be good to eat. Something's wrong with that plant, that they did that to it. Not only that, they modified it to such a degree where locusts don't want to eat it. Locusts don't want to eat it. Locusts don't want to eat it.
I ain't eating it neither. That's all you need to show me.
See, so that's why one of the main frames I use, especially like the guard know when we be working out. First thing I tell y'all work out, you're trying to increase your muscle mass, you keep eating wheat, you're going to become insulin insensitive. You're going to become insulin is not going to work with you. And if insulin can't get into your cell, protein can't get in your cell. And if that happens, you are going to atrophy 42 and up. You're going to start atrophying, you won't know. And you'll be working out saying, why aren't my muscles growing? I work out hard. Because you eat wheat, and the wheat is damaging your pancreas. And if your pancreas is damaged, it automatically makes your pituitary gland damaged. Like the pituitary gland or the growth hormone in your body works based on your pancreas not being activated. So when you eat, your pancreas automatically starts putting insulin in your body so you can digest the food, right? But if you're insulin insensitive, your body can't absorb the insulin, therefore it can't absorb all the nutrients that it needs, and it makes you more hungry, and you keep getting hungrier, and you keep wondering, why am I hungry? Because your body is looking for certain minerals and nutrients, and it's not receiving it. And so now you become obese because your body can't digest the wheat correctly, and so it stores it, and it starts putting it off. And usually with men, we get it right here. And women, they get it here. And so
they get it back here too.
Yeah, they get it here. But look, this is what it is. It's not muscle. It's normally our women get muscle in certain areas, and we get muscle in certain areas. But now we're getting fat in those areas, and you becoming diabetics is because you become diabetes. Diabetes doesn't come into play until you become insulin sensitive. That's what happens first. You become insulin sensitive, and now you can't work out. You think you're working out, but you're doing nothing. You're just working out, but the muscle mass is maybe creating at a 20% ratio. When black people used to we could do 5 push-ups and you would go home and your muscles would change. Now, you can do 20 and your shit don't, you still good. You're still good. But you watch. I've seen people go from, we did the test. 5'6", 180 pounds. He just used regular conventional workout and regular conventional diet, and he went down 10 pounds, but he couldn't go down any further. When he came and talked to us, we told him what to do. Simple thing. Give up the wheat, give up the starch, give up the refined sugar, give up the dairy, and give up the soy. Immediately he went down to, from January 11th to May, he lost 20 fucking pounds and increased 7 pounds in muscle mass. Just that quick. Ain't insulin sensitive no more. off the diabetes. The other, his little brother, ain't high blood pressure no more. Not on the water pill, as they call it, the water pill. Just simple things like that. Where, you know, the doctors don't want that to happen. The doctors do not want you to not be insulin sensitive, because they know that if you're insulin sensitive, that means that the wheat or the grain is attacking your circulatory system. If your circulatory system is being attacked by the food, eventually what happens is it messes up your organs, and now your organs can't do what they're supposed to do. So if your pancreas can't work the way it wants to work, your growth hormone can't work. Your growth hormone only kicks in when there's no insulin in your body, and the glucose has been burnt out. It takes about 2 hours for glucose and glycogen to be gone. And once that happens, you go into ketose. You start burning body fat for energy. If you're burning sugar all the time, which is grain is sugar, starch is sugar, and sugar is sugar. They're all sugar. They're all, your body automatically turns them into sugar. It doesn't use it for nothing else. Now, green leafy vegetables, remember if you look at the food chart, don't it have grain at the bottom of the food chart? No, flip it upside down. The devil is upside down. Remember, if the devil said that grain was the foundation, then you know that ain't right and exact. And if he tell you that you need to eat wheatina, cream of wheat for breakfast, cereal, cornflakes, Cheerios, all those different cereals that we eat, rice, corn, this, that, and the third, all of that is killing us. There's what they call exceptions to the rule.
If Mecca did this.